Let me pull up our disclaimer quick here.
Under
a minute.
Views expressed.
Oh my gosh, it looks like Facebook is going to cooperate tonight. Wow.
The wonders never cease.
Should have played the damn lottery today.
Mega Millions, $750 million.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, man, it is working. All right. Well, hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Well, all right. It's not raining yet.
Yeah. Wonderful Thursday. Got a little background music here to kind of set the tone for the evening.
From the underrated classic Grease 2.
Yes.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes. I'm doing the same thing.
Yes. And who was the male role? It was someone on
Maxwell Caulfield.
Max Caulfield.
Is that who it was? Okay.
And Adrian Zmed was the head T-Bird. Michelle Pfeiffer.
I think the last time I saw the second one, it was still airing on HBO, and I was probably still a teenager. Early 20s, maybe. Yeah.
It's actually I enjoy it. It's not Grease, but it's a friend of mine was in the theater business when it came out, and he said at they have an annual convention every year that they just showed the opening number, which is playing in the background. Everybody just loved it.
I don't remember it being bad at all. I really don't. I mean, yeah. You know, you didn't go, oh, this is as good as Grease one, but it was an entertaining movie. It really was. Good movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we got what we got here? We got somebody on. We got Robert. Robert's back to being
How you doing?
Robert, speaking of school, the college grad is back to being a regular here. Good to hear from you, Robert. Good to see you on there. Always love to see that.
Jane's not here. She can go. You went to college?
Yeah. And that is the theme for tonight. We're going to be hitting on school movies, but I really tried to go with movies that somehow either as the part of the setting or at least start off with the beginning of the school year as opposed to the end of the school year. And there was some that kind of follow through. And to be honest with you, when you start digging, there's an awful lot more out there than you realize. So I was kind of picking and choosing. So I think we got some good ones.
Stop, please.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alexa was kind of overloading, taking over the controls.
Yeah. Yes, Robert. She'll get on. She'll be fine.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. She just little internet signal. No problem. Yep. Nothing to worry about. Yep. She will be on. Yeah. So everyone's week's been going pretty well.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
We've been getting like a real taste of fall up here. In fact, I was on the phone, I don't know, about an hour ago with Donna up in the vineyard, and we were talking about, I mean, it's just gorgeous. Like it's like low 70s here. I feel like it's like second, third week of October here. It is absolutely stunning outside.
Getting cool here. It's supposed to be in the 40s next week in the morning. So
yeah, we've had high 40s, low 50s, and I love it. I don't know about you guys, when you can open up the windows, you know what I mean? Go to bed, you just got to pull a blanket up, just kind of keep a little bit of that chill off.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it when it's like that. Yeah, a little fresh air.
Well, Mike will attest. It's September in Florida, which means it rains in the afternoon. Hot, humid, rains in the late afternoon. That's what's been doing this week.
Supposed to when we were there in July when it rained in the afternoon.
I was going to say, do you get a lot of variance down there or no?
Somewhat.
Yeah. But usually rains every day about 5 minutes.
Right. And it is the quintessence of scattered showers. My ex-wife used to say, "Close the windows. It's raining across the street." That's how scattered they were.
Kind of like Charlie Brown rain, just hung over
Yeah.
one house.
Yeah, just follows you as you go, right? Oh man, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, I got to say, I always try to do something, wear a shirt or something that kind of relates, and I get really lucky. The only school related shirt I have, one of my kids got this for me the end of last school year because they know I'm a big Star Wars nut. Students, I am your teacher.
Nice.
Love it. So I
Cool.
had to wear that. Had to wear that tonight.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I almost wore the Professor Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters.
Nice.
And so I have this one. Center for Children Who Can't Read Good
Read good.
and want to learn to do other stuff good too.
Listen,
Zoolander.
I'd have been a member of that club. Trust me.
Do you know what movie that's from?
Zoolander, right?
Zoolander.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Mhm.
man.
That was a
It's like the
school that he
post-credit scene.
started. Yeah, that was his charity.
Had no clue. I gotta throw some facts up there right away, guys. Very nice,
Already,
guys.
okay. So we're gonna see. I'm on my phone, and I've got it
You're good.
manipulated.
You're good.
And if you could see the concoction that I have here, I should have been an architect.
It's like the tissue box and the piece of gum and the Lego and the
It is.
crap. Where's the hot glue gun? Yeah.
It is so freaking MacGyvered right now.
That's quite all right.
Oh my God.
In my background, we call that driving a Cadillac on a Yugo budget. That's how we do things.
That's
You know what
right,
I mean?
baby. That's right, baby. Don't you forget it. Let me tell you.
Yep.
It's so rednecked right now. It's not even.
That's right. Shoestring budget, but you're looking good while you're doing it. And that's all that matters.
That's right. That's right. I'm a champagne taster on beer budget. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Well, quick question for you guys. If you had to pick a school year as your most memorable, when you look back, you're like, wow, had a blast. I don't care. Kindergarten through 12, it could even be a college year. What would it be? What would it be? Let's just go around the room. What would it be? Who wants to go first here?
I'll let the guys go first.
I would say 75 or 76. I transferred from a private high school that was in its first year of formation, and it didn't know what it was doing. Didn't even have its own campus. We borrowed the University of Tampa's facilities.
You borrowed UT's campus. That's cool.
Yeah. And they didn't have desks. We had long wooden tables, which meant that everyone would take their books and slide them across the table and knock the other guy's books off like a pool table. But I didn't feel like that school was for me, so I transferred out of that school, transferred to Coleman Junior High. That's where I met at least 3 friends who are still with me to this day. One of them is Mr. Smith.
I'm waving.
Okay.
I was going to say the same thing. The year I met John and Matt and Scott Gilbert and friends that are still friends 40 years later. Yeah.
You know, Mike is standing there going,
like Kermit.
He is. I can only imagine what he's doing right now. No, and you know what? I was lucky enough that when I was down in Tampa, I got a chance to kind of hang out and see that with you guys, and that was pretty cool. And I appreciate you guys having me there for that, because I was a total stranger walking into a very familiar group of people. So that was fun. Jen and I had a blast. Yeah, we really did.
Man.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, not to break here, but we got on Facebook, because Facebook seems to be working. We got Sonia joining us. She's saying hello, Jane, Nate,
Hi,
and
baby.
Michael, and Hoop. How are you guys all doing? Love you guys, and hope all is well. You guys are awesome. So thank you
Yeah,
very much.
I'll catch
Sonia.
up with you this weekend, sweetie.
Hello
Yeah.
all the way over to Tasmania. Hello.
Yes. All right. So going around the room, who's going next?
Well, I'll do it.
All right.
My favorite year is my junior year of high school because that's when I got into marine biology. That's
Okay.
when I really got into the whole Jaws thing, and that's when marine biology became my passion. And then to make it even more special, everybody knows that my dad was an educator. I had him as a teacher for
Oh,
journalism.
wow.
Yes, I had my dad for a journalism teacher, and
Cool.
I was the editor of the school paper. So my junior year is probably my favorite.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. I like that. A couple experiences there not a lot of people get to have there. Yeah.
No, my sister. I really wish my sister would have had that experience, but my dad was probably one of the coolest teachers you would ever had because he did English literature and drama and journalism in the 70s. We're talking 77, 78, and then he left. And then he came back when I became a junior in high school. But everyone that ever had him as a teacher still would keep in touch with us after he passed. So that's
Oh,
an
wow.
impact. That's an impact of an educator.
Yeah,
That's huge. That's
very
huge.
big.
That really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. It was nice that after the fact that people made that point to let that
Oh,
be known.
absolutely. And he was a teacher at the point in time to where if you ever had Fig Newtons, you remember the little Fig Newton guide that would come out?
Yes.
Okay. So there was somebody that they would always call my dad the Big Fig because he was kind of like a little husky, teacher kind of a guy. So he was, and I used to keep his yearbooks. Dear Big Fig, love this class, love you, Sean, or love you, and that always stuck with me. So every time I see Fig Newtons, I think of my dad too. But he's a very big
That's
influence on everyone. He would have loved you guys. I'll tell you that now. Totally would.
well, if he's in, I was gonna say, Jane, I'm sure you've got some of his personality, and I'm sure if anything like that, I'm sure we'd love to have his company on.
Dear God, I don't know why he left me with that, but yeah, I do.
Very cool. So, Mike, what about you, bud?
Probably the same thing John did. I was a year ahead of him, but kind of went on. I got to meet everybody, and like I said, we're just friends.
Yep.
That's cool.
Also, summer of my sophomore year because I had sex, but that's not really as important.
You knew somebody was plugging that in there somewhere. It was horrible. I went to summer school. I lost my job, but it's okay. It all worked out.
I actually went between my junior and senior year. I had to go to summer school because I had one math requirement I had to pass so that I could be our drama teacher student assistant. And summer school was easy because it was just you read everything, you took the test, you had everything right there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like 2 hours a day, and I was done.
Yeah, but where does the pollen go?
Good question. Good question. That sounds like a segue.
That is. I'm not ready for that one, but yeah, that is. You're right. No, that's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. Where does the pollen go? Oh my God, that should be on a shirt.
Yeah.
Where does the pollen go?
With a giant bee on it. Where
Yeah.
does the pollen go?
With a smirk on his face.
With a smirk on his face. Where does the pollen go?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh man. Catchphrase of the evening. No sound clips. We're just gonna. Where does the pollen go? Every couple. We're gonna be working that one in tonight. Oh yeah. Oh man. Hey, we got some people on the Facebook end of things. I just threw the link up for everyone on YouTube. We got Victor joining in. Good evening, everybody. Sonia, this is such a fun show, guys. Really enjoying this. So that's cool. Cool. Well, if I had to throw in my favorite, and it sounds probably a little on the cliche side, I would have to say my senior year. I'd have to. My younger years, were okay. I did a lot of jumping around, a lot of moving. I mean, it was like at least 3 years in a row, elementary, I moved. So I had to change school. Starting to be the new kid. Sometimes it's a little tough to kind of get used to things. But my senior year to me was just great. I was, I went to Votech and did really well in the car classes, worked my way all the way up. And by the time I started my senior year, like, I don't know, like, I went out on a co-op, and so I would leave and go work. I worked for the local Dodge dealership in the mornings. So I'd get up and go to work. It was great. I was getting paid,
Yeah, but
I'd go to the dealership. I was driving, I was driving my 70 Monte Carlo, having fun with that. I was playing in my first rock band when I was a senior in high school. So I was, growing the hair out, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, life was pretty good.
oh
Yeah,
man,
I
we should
enjoyed
have.
it.
If I would have thought about it, we should have sent in like our senior pictures or pictures of us in high school or something. You could have
Oh,
posted it up. That
oh
would
my
have been
God,
cool.
we should have done that.
I should have done that. Oh
We
God,
should have.
okay.
Yeah, we should have done that.
Live and learn.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. This is true. So what we got here? Victor saying high school was murder for me. Come on, Vic.
It's better for a lot of kids. There's a lot of
Yeah.
It
anxiety.
really is.
What are we going to do now after I graduate?
I still
I,
think middle school is probably the toughest transit because you're in such a
yeah,
transitional phase in your life. I can
yeah.
remember when my son went through. I started out teaching middle school, 7th grade history, and that was okay. But it seemed like 8th, and then 9th. Of course, it wasn't middle school back then; it was junior high school.
Right.
It was kind of the tough years, and you weren't a high schooler yet. You weren't a little kid yet. You were kind of stuck in that phase, and the hormones are going nuts, and you're growing, and yeah, it was just tough years. Yeah,
That's,
good years,
yeah.
but tough
I
years.
agree. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So why don't we? Let me get the banner up here. If you guys don't mind, why don't we? I'll stop my yapping. Okay, and we'll pull up and we'll get started here, and we'll see where the pollen goes. How about it?
I was
Told
wondering.
you.
Put your pollen tube to work.
Right. All right.
We made Janie short.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
We're gonna get.
Yeah, we'll take it without a doubt.
He was only poking fun. It's the best lyric in that whole damn movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, all right. So here we go. Back to school favorites.
Mhm.
Back to school favorites. We've got a bunch. We got some comedies. We got some drama. We got some, I don't know, a little bit more reverent. And I even have one that, for me, has always been a guilty pleasure. And I'm not going to mention what it is. I'm just going to spring it on us at some point here. So if that's all right. So why don't we start with some of the biggies, or maybe I should say maybe some of the more not obvious, but some of the more big
Popular?
fan favorites.
Popular?
Yeah, let's do that. So let's start off with this guy
Dude,
right here.
You couldn't
This
have
is a-
started off with a better one. Seriously.
First thing that comes to mind, really, is
Mhm.
you hear that phrase.
Sorry.
You hear that phrase, and all I think of is the triple Lindy every single time.
Mhm.
And
When I
went-
think,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
I was
Oh,
gonna say
you.
when I think of that movie, I think of our Jaws buddy that's in there, Keith
He's
Gordon.
Gordon. Yeah.
And then I also think of Robert Downey Jr. That was one of his very first films because he was in there
Yeah.
that played Keith's roommate. But this was the first time anybody ever, I think, really knew what Danny freaking Elfman looked like when he played Oingo Boingo in that movie.
Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was his band. Dead Man's Party was the album.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll give that
Sam
one to you.
Kinison.
Yes, I wanted to play that clip tonight, but I was like, that's a great clip. But
That's a great clip. Yeah.
Right.
It
Was
is.
Oingo Boingo the band in Weird Science too?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
That same time period. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a couple friends that were big Oingo Boingo fans, and that was before there was ever any such thing as alternative music or any of those things. It was just kind of like, their own little essence. You couldn't really like put a coin on them as to where they would belong. But yeah. And I mean, and Danny Elfman has had a very good career in the music industry, just not writing hot, hit songs. That's all, just doing
movie
soundtracks and stuff.
I saw Beetlejuice Tuesday.
Oh, please no spoilers. I'm going Sunday.
It's
We're
great.
going Saturday.
It's good, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is it?
That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard it was good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of these,
because of Sam Kinison. Also, the great Sam Kinnison's in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
A movie poster that he signed from this. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I forgot he was in that.
That was probably my first exposure to Sam Kinison, was this movie. I think I saw that before I saw him do any bit of stand-up.
Oh,
and you were immediately hooked.
Well,
yeah.
Immediately. When he starts going up and talking about, you ever hear that little conflict called the Korean War? And he gets right in the camera and he's going, I can't do that, but I was like,
say it.
Rodney's like, because MacArthur was too much, or Truman was too much of a pussy whip to let 40-foot parallel. He's like, good ass. Good ass.
He was like, all right.
Oh man.
Dangerfield has like beads of sweat on his forehead.
Oh my gosh. And
you can tell he cares a lot about what we don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I have never seen anyone outside of Marty Feldman that had a set of more recognizable eyes than Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, really, you could pick him out. I mean, dear God. Well, how about a little clip? You want to see a little clip?
Please.
Oh, please. Yeah. It's a great movie.
A little clip of Back to School here.
This is my roommate. That's Derek Lutz. This is the dad, and that's Luke.
Is that your real hair?
What do you think?
I think you're trying to get back at your parents. That's what I think.
Mr. Mellon, will you take the ceremonial shovel?
Thank you.
And
just a little mix of clips.
Symbolic dirt.
I hereby dedicate this building to myself.
Right on the economics teacher.
I don't know, kid. All I know is I'm supposed to pick him up here. Now. Come on, let's register.
Daddy's hair.
I know. It's like straight up in the air. It's like the Devil's Tower. Yeah.
Did you know where Rodney Dangerfield got his name?
No.
It was given to him by his agent, who took it from a character, an alias that Ricky Nelson used on an episode of Ozzie and Harriet.
Really?
No way. Nice.
Mike's fact. There we go.
That's why he's the big dog right there, man.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
There he is.
Big Mike's fact. And we got a couple of comments here too. We got Sonia saying, Mike, you are hilarious. And she loved the Grease 2 movie. Victor saying, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yeah, that's definitely one that always comes to my mind. And yeah, Rodney died 20 years ago already, October 5th, 2004. Holy cow. That I did my homework tonight. That is a Victor's fact
Victor's
right
fact.
there. That's
Right.
right.
On the
That's a Victor's
board.
fact.
Victor's on the board. I love it.
There you go. There you go. Very nice, guys. Wow. Yeah, and he was a door-to-door salesman. That's what he did before he got into acting or in stand-up, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool stuff. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what else we got. And I want to say that was probably, man, was that the second movie or the third movie? Guy from Jaws did, and Christine.
Oh, Keith Gordon.
Keith Gordon.
Yeah,
Was that his second or third movie?
Well, no, he was in All That Jazz. He was in
right.
Helen Slater. Fair is Fair.
Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
Legend of
Billie
Jean.
I forgot about that.
He was in Dress to Kill. Of all the Jaws 2 kids, he had the best acting career afterwards. Now he's a very good director.
Did he direct anything after Chocolate War?
Say again?
Did he direct anything after the Chocolate War?
He does a lot of TV because
Yeah.
I think last time I reached out for him, he was in South Africa filming Homeland. That was a few years ago. He did a lot of episodes of Homeland.
Oh, wow. Okay. With Kerry Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know he's had a very successful career directing. I mean, that's pretty much in large. Although I saw that just recently he signed up for one of these type of horror fests in October.
Yeah.
I just because he normally doesn't do those. So
no.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to continue with a little bit of comedy, but we're going to go, at least in my mind, much newer. And again, this is one that popped into my head right away. Definitely of the newer generation, but still in large. Well, breakout role for this guy in a great film. Billy Madison. What do you guys think? Come on. Were you guys a fan of this?
Oh, yeah.
Great film.
Oh, my God.
And this really...
I love Sandler regardless. I do. A lot of people don't, but I do.
I never got on the hate train with Sandler. I never understood. I mean, why everyone started to hate his guts. It was trendy.
I mean, even from when he was on Saturday Night Live. I mean, he was just probably one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. And if you've ever seen it, if you go and onto YouTube and you look up, I think it's either Cajun Man or Cajun Boy, I laugh and pee in my pants every time he does it.
Yeah.
I don't that or when he sings with Paul McCartney, Sweatshirt. He's one of my favorites. He is. You can't go wrong with Billy Madison.
Yeah.
No.
Ready to do Happy Gilmore too.
Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's on the docket. And they just released another stand-up of his. And I always parallel him when it comes to not necessarily being on camera, but behind the camera a bit to Clint Eastwood. Because he finds good people and he takes care of them. He surrounds himself with them. Yeah. And he's known for putting out extravagant gifts to his co-stars. Yeah. Crazy stuff. Buys them cars and stuff. Not to want the money, but because, hey, thanks. You made things work. And that's just I really hold him in a bit of high regard for that, whether people like him or not.
Yeah.
Really
he does not forget those who he's worked with that got him to this point, and he's very grateful for it.
And he put Media Mike's on the map. So
hey,
that's right. Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Well, that's right.
Because I foolishly liked the movie he did, and got slammed for it. But we had a million zillion hits trying to read my horrible review. Everything was horrible because I liked it. Oh yeah, we were on Sirius XM. We were on E. We were on E. Yeah, thank you, Adam.
It's all exposure. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
we got a couple comments over here on Facebook. Love that movie, Billy Madison, and Adam Sandler is an amazing actor. That's Sonia throwing those out. Victor, Adam Sandler is a comedian, is doing some great dramatic films. He is, and he has proven himself as a dramatic actor. Yeah. So even says Uncut Gems. Hustle, which is a great, Philadelphia basketball,
Yeah.
movie. I mean, really
Yeah.
has proved himself with that.
Unstrung Love. Yeah.
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 I think of it.
Yeah. Well, I've got to show you this skit that solidified it with me, because I still use this saying when I can, when it's applicable. To this day, I use this saying from this phrase. But it's not, where does the pollen go? Sorry. We'll come back to that. All right.
Not this time.
That's
I'm
too.
I'm gonna tell you where it goes if you don't stop.
That's too Yogi Jr. All right, so here we go. Here we go.
Hey, I dare you to throw your sandwich at the bus driver. Do it, come on. Hey, who threw that?
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
It gets better.
Hey, I'm trying to score points with a teacher today. Don't screw it up. Hey, Ernie. What's up?
Nothing.
You falling in love with the wall or something?
I had an accident.
You had an accident? What does that mean? You! Oh, I know. Okay. Don't worry, buddy. You hang tight. I'll be right back.
Hey, look, everybody. Billy peed his pants.
Of course I peed my pants. Everybody my age pees their pants. It's the coolest.
Really?
Yes! You ain't cool unless you pee your pants.
Wow. Hey, man. Ernie pees pants, too. All right.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
That's it right there.
I've never heard you right.
That lady had the best line of the entire movie. I swear
Love
to
it.
God.
I love it.
Miles Davis. Oh, who writes that kind of stuff? You know? I mean,
But I love it.
oh, got a comment, Robert. Definitely not an Adam Sandler film, but this certainly wasn't film free. That's all right. That's all right. I get it. Yep.
Mhm.
I get it. I just got a notice. We just got blocked on Facebook, unfortunately.
I wonder why.
Well, we're gonna have to move over to YouTube. Then I did post the link, so if they see it's not there, they'll be able to get on
Did
the
they
YouTube
say as
link.
to why?
I'm sure it's for the clip we just got done watching. I would assume. Yeah, I would assume. However,
it's a Universal film.
Universal film, probably. However,
Okay.
we are still up and running here, so I'll just
Oh, Lord.
Those greedy bastards at Universal.
let everybody
Mike,
know.
be nice.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it there to the island.
Damn you, Cindy Sheinberg.
That's right. And God bless those greedy bastards at Universal.
Well, there went my savings of trying to see y'all next year. I went out the damn window.
And I'm going to change my mind till July of 2025.
Oh yeah. But we're still up and running here, and that's what counts. All right. So next up, since we're aboard the happy train here, this one comes definitely right out of my youth. Here we go.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, just iconic, solidified a couple careers here too. You know,
Yep.
so many good parts.
So many great
So-
lines.
Yeah, really,
So many
very
that
much so.
people still use today. Actually, I used it today. I had to
What'd you
call
say?
somebody. Well, it was like I asked the patient. I mispronounced their name, and it started with B-U. And I said, "Well, would you have answered if I said Bueller?" And they went, "No." They didn't think it was funny. I thought it was funny, but yeah,
Yeah.
lines that people still use today.
People use that as a go-to when there's like a rough room, and you're talking to crickets. You're like Bueller.
Right? Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it still resonates with high schoolers because my oldest daughter, she's 21 now, but when she was in high school, she loved this movie.
Oh my God.
I mean, she saw it so many times she memorized it.
That's good parenting.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Absolutely.
That's right. Hey,
You're raising them right. You're raising them right.
Hey, don't take that for granted. When my son was in junior high or middle school and high school, he and his buddies just took to things of the 80s, 70s, and 80s films and music like you have no. I mean, just totally immersed in it. Even like the early video games. I mean, still to this day, yeah, we sat and watched a lot of that stuff. Yeah, and really, I mean, it is a very iconic movie, and yes, it's dated in the 80s and it shows some 80s stuff, but it does stand the test of time. There's still relevancy there, you know. He's the kid we all wanted to be in high school, you know, even for a
the
day.
cool kid. He's the popular kid, but yet, you know, unless you were his sister, who everybody hated. You know?
Yes.
God, she hated him. If you say Ferris Bueller, I will knock you out and the knuckles crack.
Shauna.
And early Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Yes. It was early. Yeah, that's right. They were sitting in the police station, wasn't it?
Police station. Yeah.
Police station.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was only there for that one day, and most of that was ad-libbed.
Oh.
Wow.
And Alan Ruck Cameron was like 29 when they filmed this.
Yeah.
Was he really that old?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
When Cameron was in Egypt land. You're not dying. You just don't have anything better to do.
And I want to say that was probably my introduction to Jennifer Grey as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember her anything before that?
She did Red Dawn, I think. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she did do Red Dawn. That's right.
Red Dawn.
Yeah, that's right. Red Dawn came first. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I want to say that I think I heard that her and Charlie were like dating at the time when they did the Ferris Bueller thing, because wasn't he in Red Dawn as well?
Yes.
And Patrick Swayze. Oh yeah, that's right. Swayze was in Red Dawn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they did not like each other in Red Dawn.
Oh,
Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze's characters did not like each other in Red Dawn.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, they did. They opposed. Yeah. Ooh, man, you guys are dragging up some historic facts here and some films. There you go. Who?
Thank you.
Who's got them running? All right. Let me see. I think I have. Let me take a look. I'm pretty sure I have a clip here for this as well. Let me just
please tell me it's an advertisement for the Sausage King of Chicago.
Abe Roman.
Well, I have to say, one obstacle that I find when I'm dealing with a lot of movies from the 80s, anytime I'm trying to grab any clip whatsoever, my biggest obstacle is trying to find a clip that doesn't have a super huge popular song, because a lot of these iconic 80s movies had these incredible sound, these incredible, songs that were strung all the way through the entire movie.
Yeah.
And so it really becomes hard to try and to pick and choose what you can use, what you can get away with, and what you can't. So, but let me see here. Where are we at? Man, I've got so many clips here. This is true. Yeah, definitely true.
Who has the right to twist and shout now?
Do what?
What's that?
Who has the rights to twist and shout now?
I think it's Apple.
McCartney got them all back.
McCartney. Oh, he did?
I thought he bought them back.
Yeah. Michael Jackson had them at the time. That's when he got to use them in Ferris Bueller. And the second film to feature Twist and Shout tonight, because Back to School had it also.
Yes, it did.
And Rodney sang it in that one.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm not seeing my clip here. I might have to import it. No big deal. We'll just hop on to the next one. I'll come back around to it. Is that all right, guys?
Come on down. Yeah.
All right. All right. So I thought maybe since we've hit a couple here, now we're talking about all high school days. How about going back to college? Because there's at least one or two of those, right?
At least.
And the first one, maybe not in my mind the most iconic, but the first one, old school. Right? Huh?
Sorry.
I was not a Will Ferrell fan until I was introduced to Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank. Yeah, cool car too. That's probably why you liked it, because you had that nice car.
Right, but I can even tell you what he said. He said, I took the restrictor plate off, let out some of that, but about 30 more horsepower. Keep that on the down low, though, you know. He's out there revving. It's like backfiring and stuff, blowing up out of the hood and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it when they're at Blue's funeral. He goes, I love you, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue.
And I don't know the name of the actor that played Blue, but if there was a modern version of Gabby Hayes, it is that.
Oh, it was him. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
He is the Gabby Hayes of that movie.
And then when they're streaking and his wife pulls up and he goes, "Hi, honey. How are you?"
Oh yeah, running next to the car
with Leah Remini. What are you doing, honey? Oh, just streaking with the guys. No big deal.
Well, speaking of which, let's pull that clip up here. Let's pull a clip up there. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Copy that.
Buckle in.
Just got a little overexcited. Sorry. At this point, you may be asking yourself, why am I holding this 30-pound cinder block in my hands? You might also ask yourself, why does this cinder block have a long piece of string tied to it? And finally, why is the other end of this string tied securely to your penis?
And the answer, ladies, is trust. This is your first test.
Spanish! Do you trust that we provided you with enough slack so that your block will land safely on the lawn?
Sir, yes, sir.
And Blue! Do you trust that I do not want to see you die here tonight?
Sir, yes, sir.
Blue, you're my boy! About face. Step to the end. Pledges. Prepare to release. 1, 2, 3, release.
Oh man, there's so many good scenes in that movie. I knew the streaking would come up, and I had to pull that one up. I just love that. Oh my gosh!
Over COVID, I can't keep laughing like this. It's killing me.
But hey, on a serious note, you just saw where the pollen goes. Did you see that? Down the drain.
Now that pollen tube successfully tied off.
Yeah, right. At least he was being safe, guys. You know.
The tail is where it went. Okay.
Nate, that should be one of your little sound effects. One of your lines you play should be, "Where does the pollen?"
Where does? I'm gonna have to drag that one up.
And then all of a sudden it goes, whoo.
I did pull a couple sound effects for tonight. I just, to be honest with you, we were so occupied having fun with some of these films, I didn't even touched them. But yeah, I'm gonna have to track that down. We got to figure out where that came from. I'm gonna have to do a little search for that one.
Y'all made me cry. Oh my God.
And cry.
Absolutely hysterical. Man, I love that. Yep. As a matter of fact, wait, here you go. Here you go. Oh, man. All right. Well, I'm going to lead us into the next one with a sound, with a quick sound clip. And if this isn't a giveaway, I don't know what is. Very iconic one. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Then, as of this moment, they're on double secret probation.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
Really?
Really, I don't hear it. I don't hear any of what you're doing. No.
I'll try it again. Ready?
Then, as of this moment, they're on double secret probation.
Really? I'm sorry, Janie.
Negative Ghost Rider.
They're on double secret probation.
So, see, thank you. See, that I understood. You know.
So there we go.
That is the best.
There you go.
Oh my God. Your name's Flounder. Why is that? Why not?
Why not?
Do you know why they call him Pinto? John knows.
John, what is it?
Because they had to, in the film, they had part they cut out in the script. They had to tell people embarrassing stories about themselves. And Pinto used to go up, Larry Kroger, used to go up to the roof of where he lived. They had a tar roof, and he would sunbathe. And he rolled over once and got tar all over his pollen tube.
His little Larry.
Yeah, so he's like a Pinto pony. That's why they call him Pinto.
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a way out there, Mike Fack. Holy cow. No clue. I just figured that Belushi just ad-libbed that when they were shooting the scene.
I thought it was I thought it was the car. A Pinto, okay?
Pinto.
Totally took me down a new avenue, brother. Oh my God.
And Tim Matheson just put a book out called Damn Glad to Meet You. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Otter. You mean Otter, dude?
Otter.
Otter.
And again, so many people that, hit the big screen for, very early on, if not for some of the first, breakout roles that are still around today and relevant,
Bruce McGill, Peter Rieger.
Yeah.
Stephen Bishop.
Yeah, Stephen Bishop.
Yeah.
Jamie Williams.
Karen Allen.
Yeah. Tom Hulse, Amadeus.
Yeah.
That was Pinto. You're right. I gotta throw them up here, guys. You guys are just kicking them out. Absolutely love it.
Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
All is well. That's exactly right. That's what you remember. It's so many ridiculously good scenes. This is the one movie that rivals, as far as the number of copies of it floating around my house, that rivals Jaws, because I love the movie, but this is by far and away about my wife's most favorite movie.
And mine. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Jennifer Moore. Oh my God, I love Jennifer
Moore.
Oh, listen, every time a new version would come out, we would have a copy of it.
Oh my God.
VHS, then DVD came out. We had to get we had a DVD copy.
Yeah.
And then then it was the Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Edition. Yeah.
Double Secret Probation Edition. Yep. I mean, had like the making of it and everything else.
Oh my God.
It just too many really good scenes. Most of the scenes, though, it's like you're in for like 5 to 8 minutes, and the grand finale at the end. I mean, geez. I mean, when this is one of those
Oh
movies.
my
There's
God, the Deathmobile.
the Deathmobile, man. There's just a handful of movies that you just, when it's on, doesn't matter. You just leave it on. I don't care how many times you've seen it.
Yep.
You know, you just let it roll.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
Oh my God, my favorite part is when they're trying to get in. He's going, "You guys need to get out of there. Sorry, we can't come now. We're doing the dishes."
Too many good seasons.
Gee,
mind if we dance with your dates? Okay, yeah, sure.
Yes,
absolutely.
Robert Cray, the guitarist Robert Cray is one of the knights of the band.
Yes, the incredible blues guitar player Robert Cray, and that is a band that has solidified an entire career off of one or two songs in a movie. They still tour to this day. I don't know how many originals are there. Still perform.
You know what? It was not a homecoming dance unless that song played, and that's when everybody went out on the dance floor. Didn't matter if it was the 70s or 80s. I mean, because that came out in the early 80s. So
78.
When 78. Okay, so you think if I graduated in 1990? Sorry, guys. You know, we were dancing to that then, and they still do because of that.
Yeah.
And Animal House is probably one of those movies that, you know, we were talking a little bit about earlier about Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or on the comedy, on the zany, crazy college, whatever party side of that, you know, like the Cheech and Chong movies. Every kid that hits teenage years watches these movies, you know, and still thinks that they're hilarious. I mean, they do. You just do.
One of my eye doctor's assistants, her name is Fawn. And the first time I met her, I said, "Are you? I said, like Fawn Leibowitz. I said, "Are you an Animal House fan?" She goes, "No, but my dad was."
No, that's great.
Nice.
That is great.
Poor girl. Oh my God.
I have a Twitter friend. His or her handle is Fawn Leibowitz is killed. So
yes. I don't know if Mike remembers this, but Animal House, after it came out in the summer, in the next school year, there was a bunch of guys in my school who liked that movie so much. The high school had these service clubs like Key Club and Interact and so on, and so they formed their own club called Toga, and it was directly by the Animal House. I don't know if Mike remembers, but.
No, I graduated, but we did have did you come to Toga party at my house? Were you part of that raucous event that got me in trouble? And Rick Sousa took a bunch of my dad's paint and painted Delta Tau Chi in the street.
Oh, I might have had a football game that night with the band.
Oh, God, that was to remember. My dad came home. Usually he stayed with his girlfriend at her house on work nights, and he wandered in about 1 a.m. to get some clothes for the next day, and we were just. I remember Matt going up to my dad, going, "Hey, Mr. Smith, I can't find the Pepsi. You know what Pepsi is?" And my dad just poked him in the chest, and he collapsed. Oh, God, it was such an yeah.
I can hear Matt saying that.
Yeah, try to be cool. You know, when you're in trouble, you play it off. Hey, Mr. Smith.
Memorable night, though, huh?
Oh yeah. What's funny is I lived off of Florida Avenue. I lived right by 275, the highway.
Yeah,
and
a
young lady, probably 19 or 20, and I was like 17, 18, that was hitchhiking. And she just happened to wander by, and we invited her in. And I said, "Hey, you know, you're safe. You know, we're not weird or anything. If you want to hang out with us, you can." And she asked if she could take a shower. And I said, "Yeah, go ahead." And then I said, well, we're going to be up all night. I said, if you want to go lay down in my dad's room, you're welcome to. And then when my dad's girlfriend went in to get his clothes, I heard her say, Tony, from the bedroom. And my dad put Scott Gilbert in charge and took me to Sambo's. And I got like a 20-minute refresher course on safe sex. I was like, Dad, nothing happened, just being nice. But yeah, that was fun.
Damn.
Whoa.
Where did the pollen go?
Animal House. Yeah. Yes, Hooper. Where does the pollen go? There you go. That's number 4. That's number 4. That's hilarious.
Knows where it goes. Okay.
Oh, it's like Animal House, like deleted scenes here, Mike. That's what you're telling us here. Dear God, that's hysterical.
I don't think I've ever loved you more than I do right now. I love it.
And the street has been repaved, I'm sure, many times over. But when the first time I went back, probably this was like 78 or early 79. I think I went back like in 84, 85, and I went by the house and it had been repaved over. But yeah, just big blue letters, though, the Delta Tau Chi letters.
Nice.
Wow. That's quite awesome.
Belushi's up there in heaven going, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. And there is so many good clips. Unbelievably good clips, just from beginning to end. It was almost like they had the funny scenes are like, okay, we got to put some content in between here somewhere. It was done really well. And I tried to stick with a clip that was school related. And so that's what I went with. But man, it was a toss up, at least for me, like the ending scenes, and then you find out what they all did after college. When they were at the club, when they had the toga party. I mean, all the iconic ones, the guitar getting smashed against the wall, Bellucci on the ladder. And get it from the window and then goes, all of those scenes. Just amazing scenes, the speech about, you remember when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? And
He never did that. Just let him go. He's fine.
So I tried to connect with at least a scene that was somehow tied in with like early school, or in this case, like your first year of college. So maybe not the best, but a good scene. So here we go. Let me roll this guy out for us.
We need the dudes. Good. Larry Kroger is now pledged to Delta Tau Chi. Next slide, please, D-Day. Just a minute. Just settle down. This is Ken Dorfman. He's a legacy from Harrisburg.
Okay, this guy is a real zero, that's true. Let's just think back to when you guys were freshmen, huh? Boone, you had a face like a pepperoni pizza, right? And Stork here. Everybody thought the Stork was brain damaged. I myself was so obnoxious, the seniors used to beat me up once a week. So this guy is a total loser? Well, let me tell you the story of another loser.
In the aftermath. There we go.
I state your name. State your name.
That was also a universal clip, so maybe Facebook put us back on.
Yeah, right. They probably let us back on, and I pulled that up, and they just shut everything down. They probably locked down the whole site, for God's sakes. Yeah.
Are we still on YouTube right now, though? Are we?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah. So, at the worst, afterwards, the videos always get published. Now, it might not go out to the web, and they'll say, hey, we saw this, we saw this. You got some options of what you can do, to be honest with you. If you're talking about making the sausage.
Okay. All right.
You can delete it, you can edit it, you can do whatever. And actually, they will actually do the editing for you. Making the sausage. That's right.
But if you go to Mayor Vaughn Productions, you can see the videos that are showing up as you can't watch on our page.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, they are there. They just won't get broadcast out, which I don't broadcast any of that stuff out anyway. I mean, honestly, I thought about doing that because they approach you, would you like to take this and take the audio and turn it into a podcast? And, kind of considered that, but I think I have to do some adjustments because a lot of times we're talking about things we're watching or, or looking at. And I don't know what would get lost. What would get lost in translation.
Somebody, I don't know who it was, but it was a friend of mine, and I can't remember who it was. So I'm sorry. But they said, you know what? I kind of liked what you do. You could really take off with this show.
Well,
really? Okay.
Well, start promoting it. Start pushing it around YouTube and stuff like that. The only thing about that,
we're gonna get T-shirts with bumblebees on them.
Across the shoulders in yellow. Where does the pollen go? That's right. Big question mark. I'm all about that. Yeah, we would have to at that point. Then you got to look into having some type of sponsorship to push it out there. So then we got to get into making sure we hit certain ads. We can chat about that rather than now, but we can.
Let's go.
Let's get back to the show. So really hit out some really good comedies here, and honestly, I'm just having a blast here, laughing my butt off between the reactions, between Mike's stories and some of the clips we've been watching. But I thought, why not get over to the serious side? There were some really dramatic ones that really stood out, even horror films or whatever. 2 or 3 that really stood out. And this one I didn't even think about until I started doing a deep dive because I watched a movie last week called The Whale. And when I watched The Whale, I thought to myself,
I want to see it, but I haven't seen it yet.
I thought to myself, where did I ever learn about Brendan Fraser? This was my exposure to Brendan Fraser. It was an amazing film. It really was.
Cool times.
Yeah.
David Green, the Jewish quarterback. Huh?
Yep. And I mean, look who you got just there alone. Look at that cast. You know what I mean? You got McDonald. You've got, you got Ben in the background there. I mean,
minus Jennifer. Sorry.
Yes. A ton of young up and comers, in that film. Yeah, and I still think it was one of Fraser's probably best roles, to be honest with you, as far as his acting went. I really do.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, he definitely did some bigger, more polished films and series and stuff. But I
George the Jungle.
George the Jungle. Yeah.
George the Jungle.
Encino Man.
Encino Man. Yes.
That's right.
Isn't it weird? 2 people from Encino Man have won Oscars. That's so weird.
I love it.
Yeah. Right. And speaking of which, Pauly Shore is doing, I guess he didn't get the blessings to do it, but he's doing it anyway. He is doing I want to say, I don't know if it's a documentary or a biopic on, who was the fitness guy?
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons, yes. Yeah.
Well, they had the hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does. And I guess, they more not ask permission, but hey, would you give us your blessing? And he said, no, it would not. He's doing it anyway. Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be honest, his estate could, sue him for it, but
I would imagine,
because he's now passed away, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not too long ago.
No.
Yeah.
But look at you have 2 early Oscar winners alone. Well, 3 in just this picture here.
Yeah.
And Robin.
Yes, you do. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Mike. I don't know how you pulled that one out.
Yes, I love it. There you go.
Mike, I don't know how you pulled that one out, but holy crap. There you go. You got Batman and Robin. That's right. And then you got Mr. How about them apples guy sitting on the end there. So, man. Yeah. All right. How about we roll a nice little see if I can get my. Do I have my dramatic clip up here? I seem to be running a little shy on my clips here. I don't know what happened.
Well, that's
You know
because I'll tell you what happened. We're listening to Mike's story about how much of a hoodlum he was in Tampa.
I know.
And I think
was,
this is
listen.
Listen, those are the best stories anyway, man.
Sharing innocent stories of my youth.
Innocent my ass, okay?
Of all the Mike stories that I've heard,
the best.
Not that he goes overboard, but you hear a lot of great stuff. I mean, the amount of time that we spend together, in the last whatever, year and a half or whatever, that is by far, that baby is sitting on the mantle, like gets polished once in a while. I mean, come on, really.
I agree.
That is the best story. I almost need to see pictures to put some names to the faces, and then vice versa, who he's talking about, because that's hysterical.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mike, I have to wonder, if you lived off of Florida, close to the interstate, was that girl on Nebraska when you found her?
Oh.
No, because I lived on 26th Street.
Okay.
So she might have been walking towards Nebraska. The street, not the state.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a street called Nebraska, Nate, that's near there. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was trying to get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got some notoriety because of the Tiger King.
Yeah. I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Tell you what, we're about an hour in. Let me slide because
we are
probably one or two more. So let me hit one or two here. So,
Chiefs game.
Yeah, that's right. And I forgot about that. All right, biggest dramatic one for me. This movie was incredible.
Okay,
you saw this, Robin Williams. You're like, he could play just about anything. Just about anything.
Carpe diem.
Yep.
This what made you want to be a teacher, Nate?
I don't know about that, but I'll tell you what, man, it's, you do catch a lot of realism, a lot of inspiration, and a lot of, we often, not we, I shouldn't say myself or whatever, but you often hear that, especially nowadays, that people that teach truly do it because they truly love doing it. And it's something that they firmly believe in and put themselves into. Perfect example right here. I mean, it really is. Goes beyond the title, goes beyond whatever. You do it because you believe in it, feels right, and you feel that it's going to either empower or help those kids become more one of themselves or better people because of it. And this completely comes through in this movie, 100%. Yep.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I even have a little bit of a clip to go along with it here, guys. Here we go.
We're not laying pipe. We're talking about poetry. How can you describe poetry like American Bandstand? Well, I like Byron. I give him a 42, but I can't dance to it. Now, I want you to rip out that page. Go on. Rip out the entire page. You heard me. Rip it out. Rip it out. Go on. Rip it out. Thank you, Mr. Dalton. Gentlemen, tell you what, not just tear out that page, tear out the entire introduction. I want it gone. History. To leave nothing of it. Rip it out. Rip! Be gone, J. Evans Pritchard, Ph.D. Rip! Shred! Tear! Rip it out! I want to hear nothing but ripping of Mr. Pritchard. We'll preparate it. Put it on a roll. Not the Bible. You're not going to go to hell for this. Why do I stand
There you go.
Anybody?
To feel taller.
No. Thank you for playing, Mr. Dalton. I stand upon my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way. See, the world looks very different from up here. You don't believe me? Come see for yourselves. Come on. Come on. Just when you think you know something, you have to look at it in another way. Even though it may seem silly or wrong, you must try. Now, when you read, don't just consider what the author thinks. Consider what you think. Boys, you must strive to find your own voice.
Because the longer you wait to begin, the less likely you are to find it at all.
Yeah, there you have it. And that's, one of those moments that I'm talking about. I don't know, you try to explain to people your connection to things or your connections with the kids. And there's been many times that, I shouldn't say many times, a handful of times that I feel like I was in that moment and I had that impact, and I would turn to kind of look at the kids the way that Robin looks at those kids, and I look at the kids, and what I see in their eyes when I look at that and I get that feedback, all I see, you can see it's going on in their head, that you look up in their head and you hear, oh, come on. That? No one heard that? What?
Yes.
What?
I saw a cartoon the other day that said Charlie Brown's teacher's summer job, and she works at like the drive-through. And he's like,
Janie, I'm sorry. It was the Charlie Brown teacher. It was the whatever.
I cannot. For some reason, I cannot hear your special effects.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can't.
Man, I had such a dramatic build-up to that too.
That was good too.
Perfectly set up.
Yes. That's
I
called
got a rock.
Yeah.
I feel like Charlie Brown right now. Trying to do trick or treating. I got a rock because I can't hear a damn thing you're doing.
I don't know why. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. It's more than likely it's probably my connection.
We'll have to look into that then. But yeah, I mean, and that's another one that I have on film. And every once in a while, I break it out. I really do. And it's usually like wintertime. I don't know. It's one of those like dreary like afternoons. I'll be out in the garage and maybe sit on the sofa doing a little bit of schoolwork or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you just put that in. And I'll tell you what, that just hits you right in the feels every single time when you get through that. It really does. Just an amazing film. Yeah. Very time period. Correct a lot of things. So, all right. Well,
that's the acting of Robin Williams I miss the most.
Yeah.
Because I think he could have really just had so many more roles of that, and of course, and with Good Will Hunting, to have that such a talent to go from one spectrum to the other is amazing. And that's what I missed him the most, I think, of any actor, I think.
Yep, tend to agree.
Yeah. Wish he had more chance to do. As much as I loved him in comedies, some of his dramatic roles are just incredible. Yeah. And I still say to this day, he did, I think it was 2 horror films in which he was more or less big guy or whatever.
Photo Booth was one of them, I think.
Bad guy, yeah.
And Insomnia.
And
And was done pretty well, but they were looked at him to be Joker, but if he were to play like a Joker or something like that, it would have to be like a dark version. I think he would have blown it out of the water. I really do. I think he'd have done a better job than Joaquin Phoenix, and I'm sure I would get blasted for that, but I really do. I mean, he just had that.
But that's comparing oranges to apples because of the way that their method acting is. Yeah. So you really can't say that. I wouldn't say that. I mean, he just did it a different way. But knowing what Robin could do, he could slide humor in there and still be dark.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I always thought had Belushi lived, he would have had a career like Robin Williams.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
I agree with that.
And Robin was with him the night he passed away.
Yeah.
That's right.
And De Niro, yeah.
Yeah, De Niro. Yep. Definitely. And Belushi had just started getting into some dramatic roles too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that movie that he did? Was it called
Continental Drift?
Continental
Divide. Yeah, what it was.
Continental Divide.
Oh, yes. Yes.
That was a good
played
one.
The newspaper
newspaper reporter.
Yeah.
And Neighbors. He played the straight guy in Neighbors. He was great.
Oh, yeah. He did. That's right.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Neighbors with Aykroyd. Yeah.
Drove the yellow AMC Hornet station wagon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. God awful looking thing. Oh, God. AMC made some of the most atrocious looking vehicles in the 70s. I'm going to tell you what. I don't say a lot of bad about a lot of cars, but man, I don't know what they were thinking with some of this.
But you remember them. They're like iconic. They stay with you.
I had a great aunt who had a dark green AMC Hornet hatchback.
Ah.
The worst ones, one of the worst ones, are the Matador. Do you remember the Matadors?
Only
Not
the one
really,
in tight pants.
Were they like the cheap version of the Comet, the Ford Comet?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were a big full size car, V8, but just the styling of them inside and out. And when you thought the outside looked bad, then you saw the inside, and you were like, "Dear God!" I mean, they were just And the Gremlin and the Pacer, the Pacer.
Hey,
Oh.
leave the Gremlin alone, man.
Yeah.
Whenever he saw one, he would go, Pacer, Pacer. He loved it. If it had been around a couple of years later, I'm sure he would have bought one.
I mean, Ferdinand Porsche had the wonderful idea. He took an egg and he said, I want to make something that occurs in nature. And he created the Volkswagen Bug. AMC Pacer, whoever designed that, came home from practice one day and threw his jockstrap on the table and said, I want to make a car that looks like this. Let's put wheels on this and see where this is going to go. I think we can sell this.
If you're not an athlete, be at least an athletic supporter. Okay, there you go.
Well, that sounds like a segue too.
Oh, so
God bless
when
you,
you're a jock and you don't get out much, hey, that's where the pollen goes too. We're getting some mileage. Yeah, we're getting mileage out of this one. All right. Well, we're about an hour and 16 in, so probably a good kind of stopping point to wrap it up. I have one. I'm not even going to pull any visual up. I'm just going to throw a clip up, and this is something that's always been a guilty pleasure of mine. And I actually went on a little bit of a search for this before you could readily get things on like Amazon and stuff like that, online shopping. And this was a movie that I saw probably as a kid, probably saw it on like HBO or something, and I saw it a whole bunch of times, then didn't see it for like 20 years. And for whatever reason, the topic came up one night, and I'm like, I need to get my hands on that film. And I searched for that thing for like 2 or 3 months, and I bought it. I had to order it at a movie store. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to pull the clip up. I'm hoping you guys know what this is. Here we go.
Hey, Mike.
Moody, you're a real bastard.
You guys recognize this?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
My bodyguard.
Lindemann,
My bodyguard.
you picking on Moody again? Huh? You're really beginning to annoy me.
Look, just don't give us any trouble. Enough is enough, all right?
Get out. Lindemann, you got 3 seconds to make your split. Now get. Without the bike. It's Moody's now. One. 2.
Tell you, some guys never learn.
Okay. Take it.
And you want to talk about some pent up rage? That was the second time those two tangled in that film. Yeah. Adam Baldwin there. Yeah. I don't know what it was about that film. I loved that film. I don't remember it being hugely popular, but I just thought it was amazing. And you had some pretty good actors in there. Obviously, you had Dylan in there. Mm-hmm. Joan Cusack was in that. Remember, it was a girl with the braces that Dylan would always pick on all the time. And the one guy from Karate Kid, I think, was in that, wasn't he? Blonde? Wasn't he one of the bullies?
William Zabka?
Yeah, I think I could be wrong on that. I have to look that up.
That's such a good movie. And Chris Makepeace from Meatballs.
Rudy the Rabbit.
Yes. Who's Canadian?
Oh,
I'm
love
sure Victor will chime in that he's Canadian. Yeah, that was such a good movie, directed by Tony Bill, who was a producer, produced The Sting, and was an actor. Was in the movie "Come Blow Your Horn."
Wow!
But yeah, I met Adam Baldwin a few years ago. He was here at a show, and I brought him that poster, and he signed it. He was like, "Oh man, why do you have this poster?" I said, "Because I love this movie." Yeah.
See, that's what happened when I met what's his face, Shooter McGavin, Christopher McDonald. I mentioned that Chattanooga Choo Choo. He was like, "Oh my God, I almost forgot about that."
No.
Like, dude,
That's cool though. You know.
Yeah.
That's really cool when you kind of take them back a little bit with that. You know. Oh wow, really? You're a fan of that? Yeah. That's
the celebrities. And I've been to enough shows and sat around that they love it when you talk about something that not everybody else knows about. Years and years and years ago, I did a roundtable interview with Jim Varney, and he was promoting one of the Ernest films. But I was like, I said, I see you're doing an album. Oh yeah, we talked about that. I said, now you were in the Royal Shakespearean theater troupe, right? It was, oh yeah. And all of a sudden, he was just answering Mike's questions. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. We got Robert commenting here on our last little back and forth. The best part, AMC introduced the Gremlin on the 1st of April. Ironic, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yep, there it is, right there.
And hey, that's a Roberts fact right there, guys.
Yay!
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. I love that film. And the best part of that film wasn't that scene was the second time that Dylan got his bodyguard, and kind of beat up on Baldwin and his motorcycle that he just fixed up. Probably the only thing he had that really was, nice. Remember they threw it in the lake and he went and he was dragging it out of the lake. And that's when that scene started. But the best part was then afterwards, then Dylan and Chris got into the fight.
Chris Makepeace punched him, beat him. Yeah.
Remember he said, "Go for the nose,"
Yep, he did.
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that.
Go for the nose.
Yeah.
You broke my nose. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Very nice. Hey, we got another comment on here. We got Matt on here. Robert dropping the knowledge. Yeah.
Hey.
Hello, Matt.
Matt, I don't know if you've been on all night, but I told a humorous story involving you. So
your name came up, Matt.
Whoa, buddy.
Internet legend. It was a good one. If you didn't see it, you got to go back and watch it.
You got.
I'm going to tell you what.
God. Oh my Lord.
It was great. Yeah. Well, we could probably go on for another hour. I could think of probably 10 films that we could hit, but I think we probably hit a pretty good spot. We could probably take a look at there, maybe wrapping it up. You guys are okay with that?
Certainly.
In your mind, you feel like hitting one?
Let's for the fans, let's just go ahead and automatically put in the normal stuff. You had your, we get Fast Times at Ridgemont High, one of the best ones.
Grease.
You've got the original Grease, okay, that goes back to school. I always liked watching Real Genius with Val Kilmer because that was a good. There it is.
Yes.
And
Can't believe I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Real Genius.
Years ago, I took the what movie character quiz on Facebook, and it came up Chris Knight, and I was so proud.
Nice.
Chris
Knight. And it's such a good movie with William Atherton and a lot of other people in there. But that movie, just him walking out in penguin slippers, I was hooked. I'm sorry. He has like the best legs to wear those slippers. But of course, with Grease, then we'll end it on with Grease 2. That's where the pollen goes. If you really want to know where it goes, that's the movie to find out where it goes, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And
There
our
you
dear
go.
friend, my dear friend, or well, whatever, Christopher McDonald, he will tell you where it goes because he sang the song. So there you go.
Oh,
And
oh.
everybody's getting honey for Christmas.
In long tubes.
They're going to be in like 60 cc syringes, and you're going to have to go like this when I give them to you guys. I'll just steal a whole bunch of medical stuff and just
Oh my gosh, unbelievable!
Look,
Amazing
honey
stuff,
shot.
If you get a squeezable bear in the mail, don't put it in your tea.
What? I missed it. See, I can't hear anything. I hate it.
You couldn't hear that?
You couldn't hear that?
No.
You couldn't hear me say you couldn't hear that? Wait a second.
No.
Wait a second.
What was it? Somebody tell me what it was.
No, you have to watch the show and see all the fun sound
Stop it!
effects.
I'll have to go back and watch it.
That's how we get viewers. That's how we get extra viewers. We just watch it ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we got Matt's chiming back in here real quick. He's saying, "Oh no, that was after Mike said he was telling that story."
Oh man.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint, Matt. It concerns my dad and Pepsi.
So, okay, there's my Christmas list. Okay, he's getting Pepsi. Nate's getting honey.
Oh man. Well,
this is a fun one. I like this one.
I was kind of anticipating it being fun just because we all have those wonderful connections. You know what I mean? You draw in just from the movies and then your own time in school. But yeah. But it's getting to be that time, and Janie, you probably won't hear this, but school bell has rang.
Oh man, detention again. Shit. Okay.
School's Out by Alice Cooper.
There you go. They'll take us out. That's right. Poor Saps over at Facebook. Can't hear this one, right? I don't mean by the people going to show. I'm talking about Mark and his buddies upstairs. Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They'd be more popular if they let us stay on.
That's true.
Did I say that out loud?
Right. That's exactly right.
Imagine how much money he would have if he let our show go on.
I'm not petty. Okay.
Facebook royalty. Here we are, right?
Well, there it is.
Oh my gosh. Oh, better put the waders on. It's getting deep.
It is. All right. So it's Beetlejuice weekend
Right.
for us. Mike's already seen it. I'm excited to go. I'm going on Sunday. So maybe. What the hell? You.
Mike just lost a close friend this evening, I'm afraid.
What do you say? You're so. Oh,
that's a story.
He remembers really well.
I have so many more I could have told. That's a fun story. Everyone thinks Matt's a fun guy. He related to Mr. Smith. Yeah.
That's a. I'm petty. Yeah. I'm petty.
Oh my gosh. Well,
all right.
Hey, want to thank you guys for hanging out with us, spending some time with us. Thanks for joining us. And hope you had half as much fun as I did tonight. Really, even quarter as much. That was an absolute blast. And we'll be catching up back with you guys next week on Jaws. We have a special guest coming on. So heads up. Special guest is going to be joining us from the Jaws crowd. So really looking forward to that. So
sweet.
Yes, exactly. So wish everyone to have an absolutely wonderful weekend and go back and cruise some of these old fun movies and maybe hit one of the ones we haven't talked about. Maybe you got a favorite out there that we didn't even touch base on and give it a shot. And in the meantime, we'll be catching up with you guys in a week.
Back in the
day. Guys? That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
guys. Good
Thank
night.
you very much. Have a
Bye,
wonderful.
Nate. Bye, Casey. Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Good night, John Boy.
Love you, Matt.
See you, Matt.
See you later.
Bye,
Later,
Felicia.
Bye.
Matt.